So with the recent events surrounding Dragon Ball Super, today guys, I am joined by GeeklistTV as we share our overall thoughts and opinions as to what may occur, and especially the correlation and connection between Black and Zamasu. Now again guys, keep in mind that this video will contain lots and lots of spoilers, so in case you guys don't want to know what happens, tune off of the video right now. You have been warned. Now Geeklist, we have some brand new information coming off of the latest episodes of Dragon Ball Super in connections to Herms, who actually translated the information. So the one thing I wanted to ask you was this. Now, we actually called it in a way about Zamasu having somewhat of a relation with Black, but episode 53 is entitled, at least as of right now, Reveal Black's True Identity, now off to the Kaioshin realm of Universe 10, and it actually reads by saying, after realizing that Black has similar ki to Zamasu, Universe 10's apprentice Kaioshin, the God of Destruction Beerus and his attendant Whis head to Universe 10 together with Goku in order to verify his ki. Goku challenges Zamasu, who distrusts humanity, to battle, and then we end it off right there. So I want to get your overall thoughts on this because obviously Beerus and Whis alongside Goku are accusing Zamasu of having very similar ki to Black. Now, this is not just, you know, any sort of similarity. They have, you know, extraordinarily similar ki in connection to one another. So I wanted to know from you here today, what are your thoughts on Zamasu and Black? What kind of relationship do they have? Is Zamasu indeed Black, or do you believe that they're two entirely separate people? And if that is the case, is there indeed a master and an apprentice, sort of like Star Wars going on? Is Zamasu supposed to be the master to Black's apprentice, or is there a different agenda hidden that we don't really see as of right now? Because again, as you pointed out off camera, Akira Toriyama is a very simple writer, but thus far in Dragon Ball Super, they've swerved us quite a bit. So what are your overall thoughts on Zamasu and him having to be accused of being and having similar ki to Black?
It's very interesting, man. Very interesting. I think they're going to take this route because it almost makes it sound like they're two different people.
Right.
Because if you skip into episode 54, the preview there, the summary there, it tells you that they can't actually obtain any proof that they're the same person. So what does that mean? They're really starting to mess with us here, you know, like they want us to believe they're the same person, but then they debunk that, you know, like how Danny said in his video where he revealed all this stuff after Herms translated. They put a wrench in that theory.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's like they accuse somebody, but they have no definitive proof to prove that Zamasu is in fact, you know, Black. But I wanted to know from you, like, what are your thoughts on the overall synopsis of them going there and having to bump into this dude and having them accuse him? Like, do you think that's the right thing to do, or because out of all the Kaioshins, presumably enough within that universe, they go to him? Why him? Is it because do you believe that he is the God King of the Kaioshins in that realm, or do you think it's because of something else?
Maybe the God King thing, maybe, but it's just like when you look at everything going on, it's man, dude, it's kind of hard because I'm liking where it's going though. That they're all going there to confront him. I like how Goku's going. I like how Whis and Beerus are going because I'm like a mark for Beerus. So even though I do want someone to challenge him one day, I still like to see him around in the story, you know, a bit. So to see that they're all gonna go accuse this guy, it's kind of funny because it's like gonna turn into a he said she said thing. You know what I mean? So we don't know like how this is gonna go down, but
especially with Goku like challenging him,
yeah,
how do you think that's gonna go about?
I don't know, because we've seen from the Kaioshins they're not exactly that powerful. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, these aren't just any Kaioshins we're talking about here, especially going into like Universe 10, the realm of the Kais. Like that, yeah, but I mean that gives off prestige, don't you think?
Yeah, but we did see the Kaioshins of Universe 7. I mean Universe 6. My bad. Universe 6, we saw the Kaioshins there, but they didn't really seem to be like any threatening, you know? I guess maybe because they're just the twin counterparts of the...
Yeah, reflection.
But, I don't know, man. I mean, if... There's something that, like, catches my eye in the 53 summary here, and it's on the subject of Goku challenging Zamasu. In parentheses, they have...
Who distrusts humanity.
Yeah, so...
Why is that? Why do you think that is? I mean, has he been to Earth before?
I don't know, man. Have you seen the theory that supposedly... Black is just another timeline version of Zamasu? Have you seen that theory?
Well, people are also saying that Black could be the god of destruction from an existing universe that was once destroyed by Zeno. Now, again, that has a lot to do with you know what's going on, because Black could have been a survivor of like you know some other universe that was destroyed by Zeno. Because keep in mind, they were about what 16 universes, I believe, 18 to 16 universes.
Yeah, about 18, I think.
18. Yeah. And Zeno wiped out 6. He destroyed all of them easily. I mean, we would never have known what existed in those particular universes, because of course we do have an understanding as of right now that Universe 10 is supposed to be quote-unquote the Kaioshin realm. So maybe that entire universe just consists of Kaioshin and whatnot. They're all doing their own thing. So those other universes or other galaxies and stuff like that could have pertained and had different fighters, different, you know, sort of hierarchies, like other gods of destruction and whatnot. People are saying that this might be another god of destruction, which I really doubt. But the one thing that I do want to point out here is the fact that if they're saying Zamasu distrusts humanity, like he doesn't trust humanity at all, that has a lot of weight as to something that Black said, because Black is murdering people in the namesake of justice through his own perception and saying that humanity you know, deserves death, they embrace death, and what a fine thing to have for them. And of course we see him as he was destroying cities and like as we saw in the preview for tomorrow's episode, just, you know, killing people and whatnot. So he obviously has his own version of justice, and that's eradicating humanity. So obviously I think that's evidence as well to back up the claim that Zamasu could be either behind Black or maybe is Black. But let's say, for example, that Zamasu has nothing to do with Black. What do you think is going to happen after that? Are they going to recruit the guy? Or do you think that he might have answers as to what's really going on here? Because keep in mind, I mean, he does have the time ring, and we don't know how the hell he got it. So maybe he got it from him. Because I can definitely see like someone like Zamasu being like the Palpatine of like the universe. Like kind of giving off that vibe that he's a good guy, but behind closed doors he is an evil being. So let's say, for example, he's not Black. But he does have some influence as to what's going on with Black's intentions and him destroying stuff. Like what are your thoughts on that? Because it also kind of reflects on like the whole Bobbity Deborah thing. It's like a master and an apprentice kind of thing. So if in fact this dude is the master, but he's not the one destroying stuff, he has like a protege, an apprentice doing it for him. What are your thoughts on that theory?
He'll most likely stick around. I don't see him just popping in for these 2 episodes, because if what you're saying could be true, they have the same key signature. And then he could be like a master / you know, teacher to Black. I mean, he's probably gonna end up sticking around that whole keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. So he's gonna want to stick around Goku, Beerus, and Whis, and maybe also kind of like just keep them distracted. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously he's not gonna want Beerus to go and kill Black. You know what I mean? He's not gonna want Goku to go kill Black. So he's gonna stick around. You know what I mean? He's gonna like check stuff out, make sure everything's all right. He's gonna just stay with them, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He'll probably become like what the Kaioshin was in the Buu Saga, where he's just around them, you know?
No, absolutely. Like, and we spoke about this in our previous video, where we spoke about how he was able to recognize Vegeta easily by name and face. The same thing applies with Beerus. When he saw Beerus, the first thing he said was Hakashe Beerus-sama. Like, he knew him right off the bat, even by face. So I do think that, in my personal opinion, and again, guys, this is just theory, I do believe that Black probably resonates from Universe 10. I mean, first and foremost, that kind of like gets you thinking. It's like, well, why would they even go there in the first place? So obviously, I think Whis does know. First of all, Whis knows more than we think. We've been given that, you know, perception and that understanding that, oh yeah, Whis is smart, but he's not that smart. If you think about every single thing that's happened thus far in Dragon Ball Super, Whis was always the first one to kind of pick up on certain things. For example, right? He was the first one to, you know, resonate with Goku and Vegeta in telling them, oh, well, you're not really fighting by concentrating your body and whatnot. Like, you have to allow your body to, like, move freely on its own. He was able to pretty much tell Goku and Vegeta about alternate ways how to become Super Saiyan Blues. He knew about, you know, Hit's Toki Tobashi technique the second he did it, because him and Beerus were able to conversate on that. Same thing applies with the time ring. When the Black first stepped through, Whis, who was sitting presumably far, far away, was able to pick up right off the bat exactly what he was wearing on his finger and stuff. So Whis is a very intelligent person. So, and that also goes to show that he might have information that has to correlate with Zamasu, because maybe he's gonna tell, you know, everyone, like, hey, listen, so maybe we're not, you know, in the right time or in the right place to be asking these questions. Why don't we go ask the people or the person that has more information about the time ring than we do, that being Zamasu. So I can definitely see the ring coming from him. Or maybe perhaps Zamasu is a good guy and he tells everyone, like, hey, so he was here, and he was here solely for the fact to take this ring away from me. Because keep in mind, we never had an understanding as to where Black came from or how he got in the future, right? Because Trunks, all Trunks said was he just appeared, right? He just appeared. How did he appear? Where did he come from? You get what I'm saying? So maybe before going into Trunks' timeline, he went into Universe 10, got the ring, and then did his own thing. But then upon doing that, he ended up going to future Trunks' timeline by accident, and that's where he was presumably to stay. So if Zamasu is a good guy or a bad guy, I mean, depending on what do you think here, because I still stand on the fact that he might be a bad guy. If he in fact does end up being a good guy, do you see him aiding our characters in battle, or do you see him just being one of those characters that's in the background like the Supreme Kai saying, you know what, do your thing, I'll just give you the information, but I can't really fight alongside with you?
It could be a bit of both, because, I mean, even though the Supreme Kai or Kaioshin was still weak, he still sort of helped, you know what I mean? He still helped move the story forward, so Zamasu could play the same role. Plus, when these guys come over and accuse him of having the same ki as his villain who's gone around destroying planets, remember, Kaioshin's a god of creation, you know? They don't destroy, so he's going to be interested in that, so he's probably going to want to stick around and maybe aid in putting Black down, you know what I mean? If he's a good guy.
What about everybody that's been talking about Black possibly stealing someone like Zamasu's ki? Because one subscriber pointed out, and whoever you may be, I'm pretty sure you might recognize my following comments, but one subscriber told me that during the fight with Goku, if you pay attention, there was one specific scene where Goku threw the punch, and when Zamasu caught him, he powered up very briefly. Like, we see like a purple aura around him and stuff, but then his hands, right? We see his hands, they were all shiny and glowy and whatnot. So presumably enough, the subscriber told me that maybe Black absorbed just a little bit of Goku's powers during that little scuffle, because he grabbed him, he held on to him for a little bit, and then he threw him. So I guess you could say the idea here is the fact that when he went back into the future, he obviously spoke about, oh well, I was able to retain his powers, I was able to embed his fighting skill in my body, so now I can perfect my skill. How did he do that? How did he do that with just like a very brief moment of fighting Goku? So what are your thoughts on... what was that?
So I've seen stuff like that before, because someone had pointed out that what if when Black showed up, he wasn't that powerful, but he has some ability to make himself stronger?
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Remember when Goku asked Trunks, he was like, well, how powerful is he compared to the future? And Trunks said just a little.
Because when you remember, like, Trunks fighting the androids, his fighting tactics were very different. He would run, he would use, like, the buildings, he would do this and that. And then for Cell, when Trunks found out he was outmatched, he completely just gave up. You remember how he just gave up to Cell? So with Black, he confronted Black in that flashback like he was ready to throw down. And it's not like he has God Ki, so Trunks was sensing his ki, you know what I mean? And from Trunks' perspective, he thought it seemed like he could take him on, you know what I mean? He went straight forward through a ki blast, and he's like, come on, motherfucker. You know, that's what he told Black. He didn't actually say that. But he's, you know, yeah, but he was like that. That's like his, that's the way he was acting towards Black. And someone had pointed out that after their first battle, Black absorbed his SSJ2 powers, you know what I mean, and became stronger than him. That's what I've seen. I'm not too sure if the word would be, because
he's been battling him for years.
Yeah, they've been battling over the course of an entire year, so it's, yeah, he could have absorbed. A keyword not absorbed. It's something else. Like
no, definitely not absorbed, but maybe adapted to like his powers.
Yeah, he adapted.
Someone is definitely lying. Someone is definitely lying. Whether it's Zamasu, whether it's someone else that's not telling the truth. I personally love the unpredictable factor for Dragon Ball Super right now, because we're all wondering to ourselves, and you know, from the theories of Ginyu, from the theories of Goten, to the theories of a reanimated body, to the theories of Zamasu taking his body, the community has been, I think, more active now than even during the Universal Tournament, because even during the Universal Tournament, people were like, oh wow, like what kind of fighters are we gonna have? And then when we saw them, we were all like, holy shit. But now we're like trying to piece together, where did he get the ring? Who is he? How powerful is he? Who's lying? You know, and like, why? How is he jumping through time? There's a bunch of things going on here. But I think that personally, that Black definitely has a credible relationship with Zamasu. I think that Zamasu is definitely lying. I don't know. Then again, I'm still standing on the fact that he's evil, and he's just deceiving Beerus and everyone else. Some people are saying that it's Demigra, but that's not happening. That's a Xenoverse character. But I definitely think that Zamasu has his own agenda. Whether he's using Black to get to, you know, his agenda. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if Zamasu is using Black to like get to where he wants to be, and then he tries to turn on Black?
What if Black's his son?
Or what if Black turns on Zamasu? I can definitely see that happening. Because Black just seems like he doesn't fucking care about anything.
Because either way, Black got those, I guess, jewelry, if you want to call it, from somebody, you know what I mean? So he either Zamasu either gave it to him or he stole it from Zamasu and he fucked him up and robbed him and shit.
That sounds terrible. Bro. I mean, even with that being said, it's like, where did he get those earrings? It's like I can definitely. I was actually imagining and photoshopping Black without that earring, and he looks casual, whatever. But with that earring on, it just raises so many questions. It's like, where's your other earring? Where is, like, are you hiding it? Is that supposed to be like your go-to item just in case things get desperate? Like if he's losing, he's gonna like teleport behind someone, clip that earring on, and boom, they're gonna fuse. You know, like we don't really know. But leave your thoughts down below, guys, on your overall speculations as to what kind of relationship Zamasu and Black have towards one another. Do you guys believe that Zamasu is Black, or do you guys believe that someone is working for someone here? As seen throughout the video, I was posting your comments and whatnot, so leave your thoughts down below, guys. Again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That way you guys are always in tune with the latest information. If you guys are hyped for Dragon Ball Super just like me and Geeklist are, comment down below, punch that like button right in the face, guys. Also subscribe to Geeklist before he goes to Universe 10. Thank you all for watching once again, everybody. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you all in the next video. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.